Hello, have you had a good weekend so far? Yes, we still have one day to go before we start the hard work of the next week. So it's weekend again. I'm making this video about Japan and South Korea fixed link. When we talk about fixed link, it's usually because we want to build bridges or tunnels to link two sides. Here, Japan is an island country. It has a lot of population, of course, and also South Korea on the other side of the strait, the Korea Strait, also the Japan Sea of Japan. So if you see this picture, I got from Google Map. I try to identify because I am not very familiar with this area too. So I try to measure the distance between Japan and Korea. Actually, there are two islands that can be used if you want to build a faster link between Japan and South Korea. Using these two islands, the total length between these two countries is around 280 kilometers. But if you try to find the shortest distance, excluding the width of the islands, I think the distances between these two countries is around 130 kilometers for the fast link, or if you want to dig a tunnel or build bridges between these two countries. Of course, now the longest sea crossing link in the whole world is the Hong Kong, Macau, Zhuhai link of China. But even that one, it is much shorter than 120 or 30 kilometers. So you can imagine the project of this link will be much larger than that one. But anyway, I think the Chinese fixed link is already a miracle of the engineering, and it has laid a very good basis for such mega projects for around the world. Now we are looking at Google Earth, and to have from another point of view, to see a little bit about this mega project linking Japan and South Korea. And basically, if we say that if we want to link Japan with the mainland of East Asia, you can either use this what we just talked about from Fukuoka to Busan, using these two islands. Or I think you can also have another option that you can cross in this part, and further you can link it to Russia. But looking at the populations and so on, and the infrastructure point of view, I think the most in the near future can be used as this part, this one from Fukuoka to Busan, because if you want to build faster fixed link, of course you want the more people to use it, the better, and the more existing infrastructure there, the better, right? So now we talk about only this option. Of course, that option linking the islands and go further north and linking Russia is also a competing project that is considered also by different groups um, of experts or interested parties and so on. But if you say if we want to build this fixed link from Japan to South Korea, maybe first of thing we need to look at, yeah, we can use these islands, but also the water depth of this channel will make a significant contribution or barrier to if this is a good option or not. So if we further look at this Sea of Japan, usually it's very deep. And here, what my cruiser is moving is around 2,000 meters. That's almost impossible for one to build a tunnel. And also because of this big large length, is even impossible to build a bridge. But here, this channel, if we look at it, I think the depth is generally around 100 meters, or maximum is around 200 meters. So basically, I think this is a very good street that one to build fixed link. I think for this fixed link, maybe tunnel will be the first main choice. For the depth, if you want to build a tunnel, it will be relatively economic than if you are going to crossing the deeper sea with tunnels. The world's deepest tunnel is the Rogfast tunnel of Norway, which is under construction now. There, the deepest point on the seawater when it's after completion of this tunnel is around 391 meters under the sea level. Looking at this fixed link, I think the water depth is relatively shorter, but possibly, of course, this is also depending on the seabed or seawater conditions. So before the construction work or before the planning is carried out for this link, there is a lot of work about surveying of this seabed geology or geometrical conditions to be made before that. And I think there was some preliminary work on this, but this will be a tremendous work. Further on, if we look at the potential of this link, you will see that if this link can link, the tunnel can link Japan to South Korea, then all the passengers or the cargoes can further be crossing South Korea, and if it is allowed to cross the North Korea and further into China, which has very good infrastructures, high-speed railways, and going to Dalian, and if or around this Bohai Bay. If Dalian is planning also a link with Shandong, and if they can further link and down into Jiangsu province, here is Lianyungang. Here Lianyungang has a Asia Europe link, railway link, which means that by building this fixed link, basically, if everything goes fine, Japan can be directly linked to Europe by railway. One may be interested in that is any interested politicians or parties that have been working on this project. Basically, I think after a review of some information, this project has been talked about since around 100 years ago, and it was taken serious consideration since after the World War II, and in the new era, I think in the past 30-40 years, the Japan and Korea, South Korea politicians have or project experts groups have had several meetings on this, but due to the scale of this project, namely this project need to estimately use over 70 billion US dollars in the 1980s. So this is a mega project that would cost a lot of money. And in addition, historically Japan and South Korea has sometimes in tension. So whether to build or not to build a fixed link is also related to the reactions from the people who sometimes may say the history very seriously. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed this talk, and wish you a nice weekend, nice Sunday, and a nice week to come. Bye bye.